Welcome back. Photographers worldwide are volunteering their skills to support the United Nations call for equal access to coronavirus vaccines. The Only Together campaign, launched by the UN Secretary-General, encourages people to share pictures of things that they look forward to doing post-pandemic in a bid to promote global solidarity. The director of the UN Regional Information Centre, Deborah Seward, and a photographer involved in the UN's Only Together campaign, Sam Pearce, both join us on the programme. Ladies, lovely to have you on the show this morning. Really appreciate your time. Deborah, let's start with you first. Just give us an idea of the process that led to the Only Together campaign. What are you looking for and what do you hope to achieve?
Well, what we're really hoping to achieve with Verified is to build empathy, to bring communities, countries, people together, and to visually show exactly what we're missing and what we have to look forward to when we get back. Verified is really global. The Secretary General wants to make sure that no one is left behind in getting a vaccine to fight COVID-19.
Deborah, it has become rather easy, hasn't it, over the course of this global pandemic to become slightly siloed, to focus on your local area because of lockdown, to focus on your country because of competition for vaccines. Are you sure that the world is ready to kind of think of itself as a global organism rather than a collection of individuals?
That's a really good question. And that is what Verified in the Secretary General's call is about, that this is not about one country. This is about all of us together. And as the photographs that we'll see shortly will show, is we all have to come out of this together. This affects our travel, our families, our way of life. And if we do it together and share, then we will come out of this stronger and better together.
Well, let's bring in Sam Pearce, one of the photographers involved in the project. Sam, just tell us a little bit about your photo, where the inspiration comes from, and what it is that you're looking forward to do. I think we get a strong suggestion when we look at the picture, actually.
I chose this photo as it combines two of my passions, sailing and photography. And last summer, when we sort of eased out of the lockdown, I jumped at the chance of going down to Weymouth to photograph the UKLA National Championships.
And what is it, though, about what has been happening in COVID-19? What is it about sailing that means, you know, you've had to wait? I mean, there's so much on the horizon, you know, pun intended, when it comes to the sailing, but the idea of getting out there again with friends, with colleagues, out on the water. I mean, is that something you're clinging on to get you through the last stages of this?
Yes, I mean, obviously, once the vaccine rollout is happening, we can go back to sailing. I sail myself, so my sailing club is opening back up on the 29th. My work has obviously been very, up and down over the past year. It's been quite a difficult year, as it has been for a lot of photographers. So obviously, with coming out of lockdown, this hopefully will get us all back to normal and meeting up with family and friends and going back to our sports and hobbies and work generally.
Deborah, having had a look at the photos, there are some remarkable ones, including the collection. Actually, I have to say, including yours, Sam, it's a striking image. But I suppose the target for this campaign, whilst it is the world and a reminder that we are all connected, we're all connected in a variety of ways, I suppose the target audience really are the leaders of the world, the heads of state, the heads of government who, currently in the European Union, currently in the EU-UK situation, we have countries at loggerheads. Do you think you're going to get through to people like Boris Johnson, Ursula von der Leyen?
Well, I think that, first of all, I think we really need to acknowledge and to say thank you to these photographers because the images bring home the human dimension of COVID-19 in a very dramatic way. And they're also volunteering. So they're showing their engagement and their support for Only Together in a way that will really reach world leaders who are meeting today. I mean, for them, they look at it from policy points of view, from distribution points of view, but ultimately it is the people in these photos that this is all about. And I think that actually we can get through, and we are asking world leaders, politicians, officials, also to be part of this campaign. And if we get through to them and they actually join it, we may have a better chance of getting their support and their understanding on the needs for them to ensure that there is vaccine equality, that there is vaccine equity, and that we need to move fast.
Sam, a final word from you. I think your involvement in the campaign suggests that you are minded that the world should come together and share vaccine resources where at all possible. I don't know whether or not, Sam, you yourself have been lucky enough to get a vaccine yet. Would you have any concern about the European Union just slowing the vaccine supply down? We are miles ahead of the rest of the European Union, and their argument is, well, I think kind of similar to the United Nations. We all need to be getting through this.
I actually have had my first vaccine, so I'll have my second one in June, hopefully. So that's really exciting. And yeah, this is a project that resonated with me. It's the only way with vaccine rollout that we're going to be able to get, back together and meet up with family and friends and just go back to normal life again. So hopefully this sort of will put pressure on the leaders, as Deborah said, and they will sort of roll this out throughout the world, and then things can get back to normal.
Sam Pearce, Deborah Stewart, thank you both for joining us in the programme. Appreciate it.